Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Game Out the Refrigerator. I am your narrator, Waken 314, and today we're going to continue our series, Being on Time. Today we're going to talk about ways that you can adjust your schedule or different ways to make sure you can be on time. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of different reasons stuff happens. You could have a bad timing, a bad schedule, a car accident. But these are just 10 ways so you can figure out a way to make sure that you're on time. So let's get into it. Number one, figure out why you're always late, right? Is it a calendar issue? Is it a timing issue? Is a time predictability issue? What I mean by that is maybe you have a bad way of judging how far it is to get to certain places. I know I do. I know I think some places are certain place, but it really is either farther or it's harder to park or something. So the reason why I leave early a lot of times and get there way too early is because I don't understand how to judge how far things are. Set a reminder. Now I usually do this on a routine basis, especially for certain appointments. I set a little reminder just to make sure, hey, I'm supposed to be here by this time. That way I get up, I get out, I deal with traffic, whatever it is, I'm always on there. Commit to arriving early. That's number three. um, I don't know how important this is. I can say it is important in your mindset, right? It's not about whether you're on time or not, but you want to, if you already have it inside your head that, hey, I don't ever want to be late. I always want to be there before it starts, then it forces you to do the other things, which is set a calendar, set a schedule, judge how far it is, look up the distance. Think about how the people waiting for you feel. This is one I do think is important. We often don't put that thought inside of our head of somebody being there waiting on us. And if it's a dinner, if it's a party, if it's anything, a lot of times people are waiting for other people to get there to get started. So it's a little uncomfortable to me when you're sitting there waiting and you're hoping somebody's coming. But it's also if the other person knows inside of their head that you're sitting there waiting, maybe they're letting you know or they're doing things to let you know. Reduce distractions. This happens to me a lot. Like I'll be, on my way somewhere, I'll see somebody, I'll stop, I'll say hello, and then that conversation goes from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. So sometimes when you're walking, if you know you have a meeting, if you know you have an appointment, if you know you have someplace to be, you say hello and then you just politely let that person know, hey, I have to be somewhere. Remember why punctual is important. This one's a little hard to do, but it's easy to forget why being on time for stuff is important. It is, because if you're out there, you're having fun, you're enjoying your day, it is easy to get lost in the moment. But if you go back to number four, think about how the people waiting for you feel, then it is easy to trigger to get you to where you need to get on time. I do this one, use a calendar. I mean, come on, man. If it's on your calendar, everybody has a phone, and that phone has a calendar, and then that calendar has reminders. So it's not that hard. Number eight, get ready for the night before. I mean, we used to do this when I was in the military. You would get up, iron your uniform, do something like that. When I was a kid, we used to iron our clothes before we get ready for school the next day. If it's a big thing, whatever, get up, get your clothes ready, know what you're going to wear, know what you're going to do. The rest of it's just getting yourself together, and then it should be too hard. So if it's documents that you need or things that you're talking about, get those documents ready. Should be okay. Now, this one I do find important because I've been running into this one the last 3 or 4 weeks of my new job. Consider underscheduling yourself. A lot of times, the reason why we're late for certain things is because we're in back to back things. Whether it's back to back meetings, or whether you've put too much on your calendar, or whether you have a doctor's appointment in the middle of all the schedule, you only have so much time. And some things take time to even just get done. The average time I average out for a doctor's appointment is 2 hours. Whether I see the doctor for 15 minutes or not, I usually block out 2 hours. The dentist, I do the same thing. It doesn't matter how long I think I'm going to be there. I normally block out 2 hours just to be safe. So when I do that, though, it normally affects my schedule and it reduces the amount of things I can put on there. But when you do that, it just opens up so many more possibilities. And this last one's going to sound weird, but I think it's important. Respect other people's culture, attitudes, and thoughts. It's a respect thing to me. Um, Always take the time out to understand the other individual, the other person, the other people, whether you've met them or not. If the event goes from some hours from 5 to 8, we're not talking about that. But if the event starts at 5 and you're a key person of the event, maybe you should get there a few minutes early, just in case things have changed. So these are just 10 ways to help you be on time or to avoid being late. I'm going to post them into the description below, and hopefully they'll help you out. Today's snack, we're going to continue on the Hostess track, and today's snack is little mini coffee cakes. They were soft, creamy. They got a lot of cinnamon in them. Um, they do go good with coffee. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But they're not like a crumb cake. It's a really soft. It's not as dense cake, but it had a lot of cinnamon in it. It had a lot of good flavor. No, they're not the best for you. Yes, it has some sugar in it, but if you want something a little lighter, not as dense as a crumb cake, these work out pretty good. They're a little bit softer than donuts. You can just grab a pack. It's only two of them in the pack. Get you a large cup of coffee and put that put that coffee cake to work. With that being said, I want you to please be safe. Hopefully you'll find some snacks to enjoy. I want you to always be blessed. And remember, all are welcome here. Thank you.